So this was design, supply chain design, but what about planning? Well, you might have noticed that in supply chain design I always say strategic. That means it's on the strategic level. It has a huge capital investment because it concerns manufacturing facilities, the size of the manufacturing facilities, where to open stores, where to close stores, where to where to get from the suppliers. They are all strategic decisions. But when it comes to planning, it's more operational and tactical planning, so it's more mid and lower level. Of course, design is kind of planning as well, but it's on the strategic level. But when I talk about planning here, I mean the operational planning. And in supply chain, we also have operational planning. So how much to get from the suppliers is kind of planning, right? When to get from the suppliers is kind of planning. Also, how much to store, when to store, because when to store plays an effect on whether we store too much or too little. How much is the same scenario. If we buy a lot of amount at one time, then we have enough stock, but at the same time we incur a huge inventory cost, right? So this kind of balance, that's what we mean by supply chain planning. Also on the production side, we might produce every day, but when we produce every day, that means we have a lot of production cost, but we have low inventory. Or we might produce lots with a high inventory, and then we reduce the production cost, but we increase the inventory, the transportation. I might transport a truck every day, or I might stock and pile up the production, the finished production, and then send one truck only to the store. So this also has a balance between the transportation cost and the production cost. So all of this is kind of planning. Also, as we said here, one scenario is that I deliver door to door. That means I finish the product and then deliver to the customer. So this also is a whole new level of planning, because here we are route planning, where to go first, which region to go first and finish it, and then go to the second region, and then go to the third region, and then go to the fourth region. And what if I am bounded by schedules that I have to deliver on time? So one customer tell me my time window of delivery between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Then I have to put in my planning that I deliver in this region between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. So all of this is kind of operational planning that also we will discuss in this course. And you can notice that all of this, so whether it's supply chain design or operational planning, it requires a very important technique called optimization. And optimization is trying to get the minimum cost or the maximum revenue. That's one. Not only money, you can focus on service level. So I want to get the maximum service level or the minimum service level, or a threshold or a designated service level. For example, I might say I want my customers to be near me 80% of the time. That means I have to build a warehouse where I am in 80% of the time near the customer. And this will lead me to open a lot of facilities or a lot of warehouse where I'm near the customer. Or I might say I want to be 50% near the customer, so I'll build fewer houses to be near the customer fewer. So you see, a lot of decisions require optimization, whether on the design side or whether on the operational planning side. And in this course we will discuss all of this, and we will do it in Excel to explain the concept first, and then after we will do it in Python.